streaming, play music. I really am liking this new Throne of Liberty soundtrack I put together. Throne of Liberty has some nice music. You talk about game music, like Throne of Liberty soundtrack is quite excellent. And, you know, I'm a big fan of game music, so. Okay. Level 1, blue, level 1.
There you go.
just,
It's a good place to start.
Yeah. I don't know if I have my macros. Let me see if I can copy over, because I've got a Sword and Hope character. Isn't it weird that, like, on some of the other classic servers that my settings, like the macros and stuff, they're not on my hard drive, and I don't know why. It's like, why aren't they there? Or like some of the older servers that we played, like the old classic stuff. I wouldn't have wiped them on purpose, but...
I don't know.
Yeah, don't know. Let's see if I've got some Paladin macros I can copy over. Save myself some time. Bloodsail Buccaneers. Macros. That's a warrior. It's a rogue. Here we go. Paladin. Yeah, like my macros and stuff. Like on my, like if I go to my account and I look at the Grobulus server, I have all these characters I played on Grobulus. Even like the original Sword of Hope character, but if I go to that folder, it's empty. Like there's just an add-ons text document, that's it. Like all the other settings are just gone. I'm like, why would they? It's kind of weird that they're not there. Maybe they don't, no, that's not. Would they show up if I logged onto that other character? Nah.
I don't know. I'm a little curious if something happened and it just got wiped.
Yeah, well, it's a different account because I have different accounts. I have 2 different WoW accounts, and these folders that I'm looking at are under my other WoW account. I wonder if I know for sure, I know for a fact, I think if I logged into that account and logged into that character, that it should create all those files. Only problem is, I don't think that WoW subscription is active. Yeah, it says subscription expired. See if it'll let me log in. I'm just curious. I'm just curious if it'll actually create these folders. I'm logging into it now on my other account. Okay, Okay, no, it didn't. Alright, well, that failed. Like in retail, they would let you log into the actual character screen, and it would just, you could see your characters, but you wouldn't be able to play any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, time to level the Paladin. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess, and manually create these macros, I guess. What a pain in the butt. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to copy these files over. I wonder if this will work. Let me see if I... wonder if I reload the UI if it'll pick up these macros. Oh, perfect, it did. Great. Sweet. Yeah, save me some time.
How are you? Have a good one. Well met. Light bless you. Be careful.
Oh, no, is there a mailbox? There probably isn't. I was going to mail over some bags to this character.
Hey there. See you around.
No, they didn't have a mailbox in the starting zone until
Not
later.
vanilla. Yeah, I think it was like Wrath. Maybe Wrath or something. But I should log out and mail. I'll do it later, I guess. Ah,
You may want to do it now just because it'll take an hour.
I know, that's what I'm saying. If I log out now and mail it, by the time I get up to a fairly high level, we can do that. I'm gonna let me step away for a second.
Need help?
Hmm.
Go with honor, friend.
There you go. Oh yeah. Curious how many of them are just going after the newest thing. How much silk did you pick up while we were doing the demon things? Do you still have them on you, or did you send them to me already? Hmm. So for me to make the packs, they are uh, 12 silk each, and 2 heavy leather, and then 3 fine thread, which is just a yeah, supply thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm actually excited about the prospect of, doing PvP and having that chess piece on. Everybody's coming up trying to hit my protection paladin, and I'm cursing them. That'd be kind of funny. That would be pretty funny, actually.
You need something? Safe travels.
Safe travels, my friend. No judgment. Here we go. Auto attacking for the win. Let's see, where's the first? I think we get the Crusader Strike. It says Elwyn Forest. Human Paladins are given the Relics of Light quest from the Paladin
You
Trainer.
need judgment to do that.
Yeah, to
So you have to
recover
get
the
level 4.
Librum of Judgment. So it requires level 4 for guesting, excuse me. And then we've got, let's see.
No, I've got it on my my paladin, which is level 2. And you can get the Librum, but similar to Druid, you actually have to do something to do with judgment. I forget exactly what it is. You have to like judge for death defiance or something.
Okay.
So you'll have to wait till level 4. So I mean, you can go get it if you want it.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of value right now.
Yeah. It's not Auto loot, auto loot, auto loot. Add-ons. Do I have power? Don't have any. Okay, we'll create those later. Create those later. I gotta tell you though, every time I play a Paladin, even like when they're level 1, it just feels like I'm coming home. I'm probably more comfortable playing a Paladin than almost any other class, with Hunter and Priest obviously being a close second.
This is a fun way to tank.
What's that?
Charge in a demon form and then throw some dots on them.
Oh, you got the demon
and
form.
then you have some irons to cast.
How you liking it?
I don't feel as tough as I thought I would, just because I probably need to update my gear because it's a maybe multiplicative thing rather than just being like a straight armor amount. I'm only at 34% damage reduction right now.
Okay.
But still feels pretty good. And learning how to go into fights. One of my runes is Master Channeler, which allows me to not channel drain life. So I can just keep that going for that piece. And then I have another one that I've had for a while that I've only used half of it, which gives me 30% dodge and crit for 6 seconds or something like that.
Nice. Gotta start tanking some dungeons with that demon.
Yeah. I imagine right now you're probably not worried about leveling, but I can certainly come by and help you kill stuff.
No, I'm fine. I can manage. I'm just hoping that any runes that make me tanky, I can get. Well, any DPS abilities I want to focus on getting first. Obviously, like Crusader Strike, Divine Storm. I don't think I can get Divine Storm till later, though. I'm imagining.
Yeah, that's the one that we saw Paladins over there for.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a huge one because it heals me, so it's good for PvP, PvE. It's good for everything, really.
But
Crusader Strike
strong.
will be huge because as Paladin you don't really have anything other than Judgment until like really forever. I mean, the only other things you really get is like Sanctuary and of course Seal of Light at level 30. So up until level 30 you're really auto attacking and judging people and consecrating. That's about it. So getting Crusader Strike right away is going to be massive. And it's funny, even though it only does 50% weapon damage, I think, it's still just amazing to have another DPS button to hit,
Yeah.
Actually, it's 75% weapon damage, so. And then if we look at some of these other runes, I'm looking at them here. Let's see. So there's the Horn. I haven't decided. I mean, obviously Divine Storm is probably a gimme for PvP. I can't imagine you'd want anything other than that. But there's the Aegis Rune Chest, increase your block value by 30%. That's a really good one for tanking. So that's another one I'm going to want to get. And that looks like it's available pretty early. It says Elwyn Forest, use Purify on a Wounded Adventurer. So that's one we can get pretty quick. And that'll help with my leveling because it's going to, my block value is going to be a lot better. So that's cool. Wow, and that's but Purify. I mean, what level do I get Purify at, right? So let's take a look.
14 or something?
We get Purify at level 8. So at level 8 we can go and get a rune that's going to make us a lot tankier. So that's cool. Yeah, I really hope my wife goes to her mom's or does something with her mom today. Because I don't want her to be sitting around here I don't like it when she's sitting home on Saturday and I'm playing WoW, and she's just she's kind of gets stir crazy on the weekend, you know, to do something.
Yeah.
And Sundays we spend all day together Sunday doing stuff, so it's nicer if she gets out and does something with one of her friends or her mom or something. That way I don't feel so bad, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
This is pretty cool. I'm just standing in an area where there's a shadow covering half my character's body, and the sunlight's hitting the other half. It just looks kind of neat. Sometimes in WoW, like there's certain moments in the game where I'm like, man, this game's a beautiful game. It's just funny because it's so old. You know, to think that it still can be really beautiful in certain parts of the game, and that's the magic of WoW, I think. You know, because
their art style is,
you know,
it's not like most that I've seen. It's somehow cartoonish, but also just enough of realism that it's like,
hello,
yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
See you later.
Not great, but also will probably never really feel super outdated.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. Yeah.
Light be with you. For the Alliance.
Let me grind out some money here so I can get a shield. I'm gonna go right to the shield as soon as I can.
Light
just
be
because
with
I
you.
like having a
Go
shield.
with honor, friend. For the Alliance.
All right.
Be careful.
Level 2. We are almost. I don't have enough money. Oh, I do have enough money. Okay. We can get our devotion aura.
What can I do for you?
Cost us silver.
Light bless you. Go with honor, friend. Be careful.
Oh, look, we already got it. Relics of the Light. Recover the Libra and follow its guidance to learn a new ability. We're going to learn Crusader Strike. Okay.
For the Alliance. Greetings. Light bless you.
My character looks badass. I can't help it. She just looks
See you
good.
around.
Sword of Hope. Bringing hope to all those peasants and vagrants on the streets of Stormwind. Spare some change? I got no money. What? I'm broke. Someone messaged me. It's probably someone watching my stream. I said to bring hope to the peasants in Stormwind. They messaged me. It's gotta be Zelch. Is that you, Zelch? Or maybe it's he goes, spare some change, and I go, I have 1 silver. I go, I have 1 silver, you peasant. I got 1 silver, man. These bloody peasants. The Sword of Hope is a. I gotta create the character backstory for the Sword of Hope. We'll put it in the stream description. I'll create one tonight. I canceled my. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna. I don't think I'll have any problems leveling, and I want to get the runes as fast as possible. But I'm not in any super big hurry.
Yeah, some of the runes we can help you with, but some of them it's like, well, you just have to wait till you get the ability to get it.
Yeah, I mean the 2 runes I want the Aegis rune for the chest, and I want the Crusader, and then the leg runes I'm gonna want.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Obviously Avenger Shield, but I'm sure I won't be able to get that right away. Oh, we just got a shield. Let's see.
I'm fully going to assume the Demonology tree is going to be my definitive tanking tree, like main tanking style, rather than other ones.
So the Avenger Shield rune, I have to go to Red Ridge Mountains and kill a level 23 rare elite spawn. So you could actually help me with that, because it sounds like if I just do that, I could get Avenger Shield at any level. It says it requires level 1. So yeah.
Yeah.
So if we could kill a 23 rare elite spawned orc, then yeah. So maybe like when I get up to like level, I don't know, it doesn't really matter when, I guess. Yeah, that would be cool to get that at like low level. Like, that would be so badass to be level 5 with Avenger Shields. That'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm. What slot is that?
It's legs. Because I'm looking at the leg slots and they're not very impressive. Like, okay, for example, the other ones are Inspiration Exemplar rune. It says your inspiring presence periodically dispels fear and sleep effects on nearby party members. It's like, okay, whatever. I don't really need that when I'm solo leveling. Or
yeah, it is super helpful in certain situations, though.
Yeah, and then the other one is, Exorcism, which again, it's just
Rebuke.
Yeah, Rebuke's decent, but again, out of all these, Avenger Shield in my mind is by far what I want, because it's damage. It's gonna help me kill people quicker, and it just looks badass. I love throwing my shield around.
Where do you get your tanking rune? Your taunt rune?
Ooh, okay, that one is...
That one's probably not a huge one for solo, but for party, you get the whole 25%.
Actually, it's good. Because additionally, while Righteous Fury is active, damage which takes you below 35% health is reduced by 20. So, once I get Righteous Fury, then having that rune active makes me take less damage below 35% health. So it's really good for damage mitigation. Let me look at this again. So Hand of Reckoning is Westfall is dropped from a Defias drone in southeast Westfall. Players will then need to kill 10 enemies that have been stunned by Hammer of Justice.
I know what that one is. That's the drone that's around the Rogue's Poison Tower.
Okay, and those are like level 20, right?
It's a single guy. He's 22.
Is he the one that the rogues have to pickpocket? Or is it a different one?
Yes. Yeah, I think he's the one who has to pickpocket because you don't normally kill him.
Okay. And then rogues aren't going to like me killing their mob.
Well, probably just do it once or twice. They respawn pretty quick anyhow.
Yeah. Yeah, but I like that. I like having taunt for even for like if I'm grouping with people. I like being able to taunt people, mobs off other players, and having the damage mitigation's a nice bonus. But we don't get Righteous Fury probably until like level, I don't know, like level 14 maybe. I'm gonna guess 14. Let's see. Guess I can't.
A little bit further up.
Guess I can't move this while I'm in combat. Hold on a second. Level 16.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're at. Come on. I am the Paladin player. I'm surprised it wasn't 14. I thought it was 14. I knew it was before 20. I knew that for sure.
I just wouldn't put it past him if like that effect wouldn't be useful because he didn't get it until later. Just because I got mutilated at like level 5 because it was right near the starting zone. But you can't use it until you have dual daggers, and you don't get dual wield until level 10. So it's
level
like
10, yep.
I'm sitting there staring at it for 5 levels.
What are the cost of wands? I have not.
The crafted ones are fairly cheap because a lot of enchanters are making them. I can make them for you. I can probably make one for you right now, actually.
It's not for me, it's for Zenoi. Was asking about it, which I think is Zelch. Is this Zelch? Or is it someone else? I don't know who this is. Yeah, Zelch again.
I don't know what the actual market price on them is, though.
He's leveling. Oh, he's leveling a priest. He's got a level 4 priest. Telling you though, man, those priests, Zelch, those priests are so strong. I think my priest is level 9 or 10. I think she's level 9, 8 or 9, and she already has at level 8 or 9. She already has penance and prayer of mending, which is just amazing. You know, like if I was and renew. She's got renew. Well, of course she gets renew anyway. I heard he says he saw some gameplay of Shadow, which looks good, but I don't know.
I mean, you can cut up a video and make it look good.
Yeah, I don't.
It's probably not like PvP. I don't really know because it may be a similar thing like Warlock, where it's like, well, you might be able to do some damage and some healing, and so you are good in PvP in a sense because you don't die and you slowly take them out.
Right.
But when it comes to PvE, that's a different story, and that's what I'm more. That's the information I have more on of.
Yeah. How much money do I have? Ooh, whopping 1.7 silver. Ooh, the Sword of Hope is also a peasant apparently at this point.
I buy and trade.
Let's see. 1.99.
Be careful.
Well, we got a shield from a quest. Is this a crap? Oh, I just sold the shield. I just sold the shield that I picked
Need
up.
help?
Let's see. It is 32 armor. Yeah, that's crappy.
Go with honor brings honor, friend. Light be with you. Light bless you.
Yeah, see these like rune quests that appear on my quest givers, they always bug out my quest givers. Like I'll go to the quest giver,
Need help?
and the dialogue will be wrong. Like it'll be like the quest
Or
for
the
the rune,
alliance.
and I have to reload my UI.
Be careful.
So
That's weird.
Go with
Yeah.
honor, friend.
There's some add-on
Hey, what's
that
up,
you're actually
Shaman?
buying. That doesn't happen for me.
it's probably the Guild Wars 2 add-on, I would imagine. Yeah, baby, this is new. This is my protection paladin I'm leveling in Season of Discovery. I've got the hunter who's already 25, and then I got a priest who's like 9. And so I really wanted to level the paladin because Zico, is it Zico or Zico, right? Zico did a tier list for PvP, and he said that he feels like protection paladin is like a. Why do people keep inviting me to group? He says a protection paladin he feels like is a kind of a sneaky S tier PvP player. I was like, if I could do protection paladin PvP, I'm all in. Like, let me get in there. Plus, I love paladins anyway. Just having a paladin with taunt in vanilla is gonna feel so amazing.
Right?
Yeah, it's gonna feel amazing.
In addition to all the other things like Avengers Shield.
Yeah, and then once I get Avenger Shield and Crusader Strike, it's gonna be like, what? Are they different runes though? Can I have Crusader Strike and Avenger Shield at the same time? Let me take a look. Avenger Shield is legs, yeah, and Crusader's hand, right? Yeah, so we can have them both at the same time. What'd you say? It's the one-hand weapon that matters. You know I need the flurry axe. So I can start saying, I'm invincible! I wish paladins could dual wield. Dual wield flurry axe paladin. That'd be awesome.
Well, your tanking one is also hands. Same with Crusader Strike. So the one that you do renegade damage reduction.
Yeah. So yeah, when we're tanking, we won't be able to use Crusader Strike, right? Is that what you're saying? That's fine.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember. I
That's
remember
fine.
there was one of them that was kind of overlapping, and I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing that's a little bit annoying. Is there are definitely some overlaps of runes that are frustrating. You're like, man, I really wish I could have these
kiss
two,
your ass
you know,
goodbye.
these two things. So. But for leveling purposes, I think Crusader Strike would be more fun for leveling, you know. And then when you get to the point where you want to tank, you just and you don't have to worry about it. You just use the Crusaders for leveling, and then whenever you do a dungeon, you just real quick swap in the other one.
Yeah,
You know.
I've seen a lot of people talk about what they refer to as rune dancing, having multiple sets of gears with different runes that you can change outside of combat.
Oh, yeah, you could do that too. You could just have a different gloves and just use a macro to swap gear in and out, or even get a gear add-on.
Yeah.
But Blizzard's talking
the one
about
that I
adding, you know,
was looking at
spec,
specifically was a rogue shadow strike, because it's useless in combat. So if you make a macro to use it and then swap it like if you use it with the macro, you can hit shadow strike and then swap the gloves out for something useful in that short time frame. I don't know how that works out, or if that would require a certain amount of latency, but I thought it was interesting.
Baby Shaman here saying hunters and rogues can do it, can do swapping, I guess. So.
Yeah, that was the rogue one I've heard of.
Yeah. Why am I yawning? I just had like a 3-hour nap. My body knows that I normally go to bed around this time. Well, you get judgment at like level 8, I think. Is it 8? Let me check. Wait, before.
Judgment's at level
It's
4.
8. Oh, is it 4? Oh, what's 8? 8 is. There's
Cleanse.
something at 8 that's important. No. Okay, judgment's at 4. Oh, 8's Purify and Hodge. Okay. Wow. Yeah, level 4. Okay, so I can go get my rune then, right?
Are you level 4?
Because I'm level 4, yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to get good at it then.
I need to go to Northshire and kill some sort of Defias. Oh, is it Northshire? So it's these dudes over here, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's sweet. Look at this chest here. It's gonna have this chest is gonna have a flurry axe in it, and then I'll be all set. I think that if I made an MMO, I would make it so that like low level chests could like have a 0.00001% chance to drop like super high level item. You know, you just go to open up a battered chest and there's a flurry axe in it, and you're like level 4. I mean, how awesome would that be? You're like, what? But I've always hated that mobs drop gear that's like 2 or 3 levels, usually actually 4 levels beneath them. So you're killing like a level 10 mob, and if he drops a green item, it'll be like a level 6 green. I've always thought that was kind of stupid. And I'm sure there was a reason why they did that, you know, but I feel that a level 10 mob should drop. Yeah, it should have maybe like if it drops a green item, it's like 40 or 50% chance, or, you know, whatever, it's going to be like level 6. Or let's say it's like 80% chance it's going to be level 6. Maybe 70% chance level 7, you know. Maybe 50% chance level 8. You know, 20% chance level 9, 10% chance level 10, and then you go even above that. And then at level 11, the chance would be like 5%. Level 12, you know, 2%. And so you could actually have it drop items that are even higher level, because it makes perfect sense, right? What if, you know, you look at Lord of the Rings. I always compare to Lord of the Rings, man, when they went into that little cave and there was that ogre. And they found like all this magic items in there. That were powerful magic items, man. I'm telling you. It makes perfect sense. Well, think if you have a group of trolls, like maybe 20 trolls that are like not trolls. Let's say 20 orcs, and they're like ransacking or pillaging a village, or if they're attacking villagers or attacking travelers on a road. Well, those travelers, there may be like a level 20 guy, but level 20 character can't kill 20 level 5 orcs. You know what I mean? So they're gonna loot the level 20 person, meaning that guy might have a level 20 item, but the orcs are only level 5. But 20 level 5 orcs can kill a level 20, you know what I mean? So it just makes sense that even though you're only level 5, you might have higher level items. My inventory's full. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? How is my inventory full? My internet provider keeps like telling me, like last couple of weeks
What can I do for you?
I've had emails saying we're doing maintenance, and on your network.
Or the Alliance.
And I just keep hoping that means they're putting in fiber optic. I'm like, yeah, you're doing maintenance. Are you putting in fiber optic?
What can I do for you? Light bless you. For the Alliance. Be careful. King's honor, friend.
Yeah,
Go with honor, friend.
Screwed up again already. Reload the UI once again. It's usually not this mucked up.
Greetings. Light bless you. Be careful. Light bless you.
That was weird. Judgment macro, which showed up correctly, is kind of disappeared. Not sure why.
Weird.
Yeah. It's texting me. I fucking hate T-Mobile. Oh, I got. Oh, this is a good text actually. Your request for T-Mobile Insider has been approved. Your discount will be reflected in 2 billing cycles. Why 2 billing cycles though? It's basically like a 20% discount on my cell phone bill, but apparently I have to pay my regular bill for 2 months. That kind of sucks. But I think I can deal with 2 months. Okay, so we've got judgment. So what are we supposed to do? So we're supposed to get the relic of light from Libram from the Northshire device. Okay, let's go see if we can get this item from these device. All right, I'm about to say something that's going to sound very arrogant. When I play Paladin in vanilla, I feel like I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I feel like when I play Paladin, like there aren't too many people in vanilla that really know Paladin as well as I do. I'm sure there's tons, but in general, I feel well equipped to be a very good Paladin player. Hopefully, in Season of Discovery, we shall see. Damn. The arrogance. Bane Death and Vanish equals easy rune swap. Yeah, so he's talking about, Baby Shaman was talking about the rogue obviously with Vanish and the hunter with Feign Death. That's the other thing too. I mean, the hunter, you can't use the traps yet because you can't Feign Death until level 30. I think it's 30, but 28 or 30. I think it's 30. But I really hope that they fix it so it doesn't require out of combat to use traps for a hunter. I think people that don't like hunters would probably complain, oh, they're already so overpowered. You know what I mean? Okay, so I've got the Libram. It says, recover this, which has a chance to draw from... Equip the Libram, then use Judgment 10 times to gain the fully inspired buff. Activate the equipped Libram from your character. Hey, what's up, Jawbone? Yes, the Paladin. Sword of Hope. She must bring hope to all the vagrants and peasants of Stormwind and Elwyn Forest. I must be a beacon of the light, a beacon of hope, a savior. We must inspire. Must inspire the peoples of Stormwind to revolt against the dreaded Horde. The Horde. So, we got 2 stacks of, building inspiration. We've got 2 stacks. I think I have to have 10 stacks. I believe. Now I've got 3 stacks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one benefit. There aren't a lot of players there aren't as many anyway in WoW. Even though this server, like when I tried to get into the server tonight, I had to wait about 20 or 30 minutes to get on because it was so full. I was in a queue. I think when I got in the queue, I said it was going to be like 40 minutes. I think it was more around like 25. Oh my god, we have 7 stacks. I'm so excited. You have no idea how excited I am to get Crusader Strike. Because I've leveled hundreds of Paladins in vanilla. Auto-attacking my way to 60, you know what I mean? So to be able to have another combat ability to button to press is just unbelievable. Unbelievably exciting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know? It's like, oh my god, I can actually press another button? Look at that judgment did 33 damage. Woo-hoo-hoo. Kick of the world. Alright, one more judgment. There it is. Now I have
Sometimes I forget when I send myself money, and I'm just like, why do I all of a sudden have 5 gold? I could have sworn I had like 30 silver. It's a nice feeling, though.
It is a nice feeling. I've got 1.9 silver. Okay, so I've got the inspired buff. So what? Oh shit! I'm under attack. Oh no, it says your strength. Oh, nice. I got my MSBT trigger set up for this character, but no audio though. Your strength fades. Hunger Games isn't playing. Sometimes this particular sound clip just doesn't play. Yeah, there's something wrong with that sound clip.
Good day to you. Safe travels. See you later. Safe travels. Have a good one.
Oh, I'm hoping I get Crusader Strike. I just had to right click on it. Oh, you have learned Crusader Strike. I'm so excited. Yeah. Yeah, it says once you get it, you just click it. Oh my god, we've got Crusader Strike! Oh my god. I can't believe I have another ability on a Paladin. Just have to hit somebody to see it in action. Please let me hit somebody. And it gives you 2%. I know, that's what's so good about it. It gives you 2% mana, man.
Well met. Go with honor, friend, for the Alliance.
It
Need
gives
help?
you 2% mana.
Light bless you.
Ooh, let's put the robe on. Let's be a paladin with a robe. Nice.
Well met.
I'm gonna buy back this shield
the
just so I
Alliance.
can use a shield.
Greetings. Go with honor, friend.
Here we go. Our first use of Crusader Strike. Oh, but I just grabbed a new glove. Crap. I just put on some new gloves. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that, baby. Baby was saying what he likes about the runes is they scale with your level. You don't have to like keep training him up or anything. Yeah, that's cool. Look at this shield. Seriously, look at this freaking shield. What?
It's actually pretty good for
It's actually kind of cool looking.
such a low level.
I would love to see.
Yeah, late level. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that actually is pretty cool. They fixed it because it used to be a bugged out. I think they fixed this. What am I trying to say? The skin. I think they fixed this skin because I think this shield used to look worse, like a lot worse. I feel like they fixed it. All right, here we go. Boom. There it is. Oh, she does like a 360 spin. Did you see that? Oh my god. Watch this.
I don't know. You're gonna have to do it again for me.
Yeah. It's like a 360 spin. It looks pretty badass. Bam. Oh my god, I feel like 10,000 times more powerful. Holy shit. That's just amazing. Anybody who knows my YouTube channel, I've played thousands. What would you say? I've played a lot of hours on Paladin.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do not know the number.
Like, if you go to my channel, just go to my YouTube channel, do a search for Paladin. Just do a search for Paladin. And you will scroll for a very long time before you run out of videos I've done on Paladins. So I've probably played thousands of hours on Paladin in vanilla.
Hey there.
So
Have a good one.
this feels
See you around.
amazing. I mean, I cannot tell you how good this feels. To be able to have another ability that you can use as a Paladin. Oh my god. 24 to 8. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm super excited for the next one. I'm not gonna lie, this shield looks really good. I mean, that's a nice looking shield. I'm not lying. Even the coloration of it kind of reminds me of the Horde. This like color. I don't know. Okay, here we go, baby. Crusader Strike. Oh. Here we gotta hide the UI just so we can see it in all its glory, right? Here you go. Yeah. Oh my god. Did I pick up all the quests yet? I did, right? Yeah. Amazing. I'm gonna be happy for like a week. Like just getting that in vanilla is gonna make me happy for a week. It doesn't take much to make me happy, but that, oh my god.
You don't have traps in combat yet, but you do have Crusader Strike.
I have Crusader Strike. If they gave me traps, if they give me traps in combat with fixed Raptor Strike, I just don't think they're going to do it because right now Hunter's so strong. But it's only strong because it's a Hunter. Any ranged class with a pet is going to be strong, right? Because other classes just don't have the toolkit to really compete with it. Like, it's hard to close right now. It's hard as a warrior to get up there and really stay on somebody. Coming? Are you coming, Thug? Because you do not want any. You do not want this Crusader Strike. You don't want it. If I used my two-hand weapon, I'd probably really be hitting hard. Let's see how hard I hit with a two-hand weapon. Nah, we can't. The shield looks too good. Forget it. Forget about it. Yeah, the fact that it gives you mana. Look, I'm like at full mana. Like oh my god. Yeah, well, hunters are always strong at low level, though, if you think about it. Winter Hunter's not strong at low level. Like... I don't know why there's people running around here. So, yeah, that balances out, though, as characters get more abilities, melee classes, like, you know, like warriors and rogues, as they start to get more of their toolkit, then they start to be better equipped to deal with hunters, especially after, like, level 40. And at that point in time, you're going to see hunters start to not be so strong anymore, you know? And being able to drop traps while in combat, I think, is just needs to happen. I mean, that was something that doesn't really make sense.
Well, and also pet scaling is going to help a lot.
Well, pet scaling is going to help a ton, so they've already added that. But being able to add traps in combat was never a good idea. I don't understand why Blizzard would ever think, because it's part of the class. It's part of the toolkit of a hunter is traps. I mean, that's a major part of being a hunter. Like, so saying you can only do it while out of combat really just makes it feel bad, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of other MMOs that have hunters, you know, hunters and rangers that have traps, and they're all always usable in combat. At least the ones I've played. But actually, I can't think of too many that have traps, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I think Ion... Actually, I don't think Ion had traps. I'm trying to think what other MMOs had hunters with traps. Not as many as I can think. I can't think of any. I know that there's other ones that have had it. Guild Wars 2 does. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 has traps, and those are usable in combat. And I think Guild Wars 1 had traps. Yeah, just make it have a cast time. I don't have a problem with that. Make it like a spell. And make it be interruptible, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. If you make it interruptible, that's gonna pretty much ruin it for PvP because you'll never be able to get it off, you know. Just make it like a pretty short cast time, like, you know, like 2 seconds. You know, that would be, you could get that off, you know. I'm gonna, even though the sword doesn't do, I don't have, how can a Paladin not have a proficiency for a sword? They should fix that too. Paladin should start off with the ability to use a sword. Cause that
One-hand swords?
Yeah, one-hand swords, that seems silly. I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you pretty much only come with proficiencies with the weapon that you start with. But yeah, I think they later changed that.
Yeah, I know they did change it at some point. You gotta go to work? Hey, alright, baby. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have fun with this. Thanks for stopping by, man. Sorry you have to go to work. I am definitely off until Monday. I think I have to go in the office on Monday. They're actually doing it. I was talking to the receptionist at our office today because I was in the office. And yeah, I know, I see the chest. And I'm not going to be able to get it.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Oh, was that Garrick? Oh, crap. I would have invited this person if I thought I killed Garrick already. Oh, you work at Costco? Oh, God, yeah. But in the office, I was talking to the receptionist, and she said, are you coming to the potluck on Monday? And I saw the email for the potluck, but I thought it was like our finance team, because I worked for the financial team. I thought that it was just because our finance team does potlucks a lot. I thought it was just our finance team. It's a company, it's literally a company-wide... Who is this guy? Who is that you, Zelch? Anyways, I thought it was like a... It turned out to be like a company-wide potluck. I'm like, how can you have a potluck in the corporate building? I mean, it's literally going to be... They're asking like people to come to a potluck. You're talking like 400 people bringing food. I'm like, how are you even going to put out that much food that 400 people are bringing? You know what I mean? I've never heard of a potluck done company-wide at our company ever. That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I mean, 400 people? I guess they're just assuming that a lot of people won't, which is true. But even if, like, only a third of them, there's going to be way too much food. You know? I'm not bringing food. Not when there's... No way.
Yeah.
There's going to be way too much food, so... What is it? More work?
More work?
There it is. More work.
Hello. See you later. Safe travels.
That's what I'm saying. What am I going to bring? Am I going to bring like some, you know, some like Ethiopian finger food or something? Something that nobody thought of? I'm going to bring some World of Warcraft mana biscuits?
There you go.
No one thought of the mana biscuits.
Hey there. See you around.
Yeah, the instant cloak. This is like the greatest RP cloak in the game. Why is it not letting
See you later.
Look at this cloak, dude. The instant cloak is such a paladin cloak because it's white.
What? I guess I'm confused. I always thought paladin was more of a golden yellowish color.
I think if anybody who does a lot of heals or has kind of like a holy divination, what's the word? Divination as being like white, you know, like priest white, paladin white.
Yeah.
You're just thinking yellow because that's what Blizzard made it, you know.
King's honor, friend.
I
Yeah,
guess
that could be.
You know, like the
Be
Blizzard
careful.
like set gear was always like this yellow.
Yeah, I was trying to recall like a paladin-esque character from another thing, and I couldn't.
When you think of like, when I think of like, the Knights Templar,
King's honor, friend.
which I know they're not paladins, but I kind of think of them as being like a holy order of knights, which is what I think of when I think of paladins. A holy order of knights. That's kind of what I think of. And the Knights Templar tabard is like white with the red cross. I always think white.
Go with honor, friend.
Comes the cat. Every time, right around this time, he's like, "Are you gonna give me some food?" I'm like, "It's 1:24 in the morning, Rock. Come on. Why are you trying to eat at
Light be
1:24 in the
with you.
morning, Rock?
Light bless you.
Damn you, cat." I always say these cats are like, they like push me around. They bully me. Because when they're hungry, they just start circling me like sharks.
Yeah.
I always tell my wife, I'm like, "Man, they just
What
bully
can I help
me."
you with?
She's like,
For the
"You let him get
Alliance.
away with it." I'm like, I know. What am I doing? You think I'd done these quests enough that I'd remember I have to go upstairs? Jesus. Isn't talking. Azriel. As needy.
The economy has already gone to shit.
What?
It's like well, I guess it's been going to crap for a while, but it's like 2 gold for a staff that I want to get.
Are the prices still going up?
Yeah.
How are you?
Which I kind of
Safe
expected
travels.
because it was like you capped it. Even if you
Have a
didn't
good one.
increase based on experience like they did,
Mhm.
it still would have gone to crap because what else are people going to do if they don't really want an alt? Like if they know
Yeah.
for certain that this is the character they want to play, I guess you get to farm and then you have too much money.
Yeah. It was kind of a weird decision for them to let people do quests at 25 and get gold for them because, they're going to be burning through all these quests they need to do to level in the next phase.
Yeah, I kind of expected that to happen just because of previous things they've done, but they will shoot themselves in the foot for that.
Yeah, I've kind of like not done any quests on my hunter at 25 just because I'm like, I don't know, man.
What can I do for you?
The only ones that I did were the like dungeon one or group ones that I won't want to like wait for a group to happen later.
Mm-hmm. So which rune am I going to want to do now? I think we talked about the chest rune, which is in...
Yeah, I think the next one will be that one you need level 8 for, unless there's some other ones you can just go grab.
Well, there was the chest rune that I liked, the Aegis rune. This one is, yeah, the Purify, so that's level 8, yeah. I don't have any mail yet, so my bags haven't arrived yet from my banker. What's up, guard? How's it going?
RP walking.
We're RP walking to Goldshire. The Sword of Hope has arrived. God be praised. Even the music kind of fits the RP walk.
Well met. Be careful. Go with honor, friend. Light bless you.
I'm not even going to use this shield because it doesn't look as good as the other one. That's just getting sold right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step on up.
Sorry. Doesn't look as good.
Have a good one.
You
An
need
image.
something?
Image is everything.
Have a good one.
Besides, I have Crusader Strike. I'm invincible.
Good day to you. See you later. See you around. Hello. Have a good one.
How much money do I have? Oh wait, skinning. Should I pick up skinning and what do you think? Skinning and mining? I think so. Just texting me. Oh, it's a
I don't
cat.
know.
I get texts on my phone anytime a cat uses the litter robot. Cycle complete.
Okay.
Yeah, letting me know the cat used the litter. I need to turn that off. Need to turn that notification off.
Can I help you? Farewell.
Yeah, we'll grab skinning, and it's just easy money to while we're leveling. And then we'll just drop it at like level 20 or something. Or maybe even sooner. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, why am I yawning? Maybe because it's 1:30 in the morning.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I have
Hello.
too much time trying to get
Safe
my
travels.
tank geared up. Spending way too much money.
Well, you don't go to work tomorrow, do you?
Nope.
There you go.
And we're not planning to do anything this weekend, but just
You
sleep
need
and
something?
recover, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the plan... Like I said, I'm not sure what the plan is for tomorrow. I'm hoping I can stream tomorrow. We'll see.
What are you looking for?
I want a skinning knife.
Be careful.
And I think I picked up all my quests, right? I believe so. Alright. Let's kill some stuff. I could go to Stormwind and pick up mining. Yeah, I should probably do that. Let me go pick up mining. Do I have enough money? It's just a silver, right? And yeah. Let's do that. We'll kill some wolves on the way. Skin them. Where are you, wolves? I will save this Elwyn forest from the evil wolves. We will make the land safe once more. Here's a wolf, yes. Skinning this dead corpse. Failed attempt. My record is 9. I've never beaten it. I've had that record for a very long time of failing to skin something 9 times in a row. And I did that on a private server like years ago, and I've never been able to top it.
Good day to you.
Ooh, level 6, nice. So Crusader Strike doesn't hit very hard.
39.3% armor reduction.
There you go.
And just over 1,000 HP, so...
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, 40% is pretty decent. Once you get to, I always feel that like around 55% is where you start to feel, pretty damn tanky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See how much mana I get. Yeah, pretty good. You have an updated version of Questy. Ah! Oh,
I do, or you do?
I do. I think I do. I feel like I'm getting a cold, man. My nose keeps running. I don't know why.
Why are you skinning cows?
Just because level my skinning.
Oh.
Just an easy way to level skinning. And I'm just heading to Stormwind, so I'm just kind of killing anything on the way there. Don't question me! Actually, probably the bigger reason is I just like having Crusader Strikes. I like hitting stuff. There is the demon. Oh my god. Like I'm praying. No. Oh, I can't. Oh, you don't actually go down to the ground and pray like in later versions of WoW.
Looks like you kneel. Oh,
Yeah, there's kneel.
there's different.
Yeah, in later versions of WoW, when you pray, it's like kneel and you put your hands up. Holy crap.
This one doesn't have emotes.
Yeah. Wow, that's really cool looking. I've never had a chance to really look at someone up close because they always are running away from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a different. Yeah, it doesn't look like the transformation form in retail, does it? Or maybe it does. I'm sure they didn't recreate it.
There's not a warlock one. I think this is something that if I recall right, I remember this being sort of a warlock almost had this as a tanking spec back in Mists, and then in Legion, Metamorphosis went to Demon Hunters. All the warlocks were really upset about that, but
yeah, because Demon Hunters have it. So what about? Can you still cast all your spells? Can you still dot people up with corruption and? So you have access to all your spells. So it doesn't change like your toolkit at all?
It changes Fear to Taunt, and then I gain an AoE Taunt, and I gain a charge, and then it changes Shadow Bolt to Shadow Cleave, which is
AoE.
Just like pretty close to Heroic, or just like Warrior's Cleave. And Searing Pain becomes instant cast. That's usually my filler. But depending on what my talents are, so right now I have instant cast Corruption, and then because of my chest rune, I've got the Drain Life dot, essentially. So what I've kind of been doing, just when I was attacking some mobs earlier, is I just charge in, throw up a Drain Life on them just to get that going, and then I kind of do whatever else I feel like.
Here, hold on a second. This person in stream chat's asking me a question. Oh, so you got the charge. Ooh, free skins. No, so for the camera view though, Suddy, it's built into the game. It's not an add-on. So you just have to I get asked this question so much. You just want to go in and create a macro, and you can put these 3 lines in a macro, and it'll set up the action. It's basically just called ActionCam. Put those 3 lines in a macro to basically turn on the ActionCam, and then this can turn it back to default. Console ActionCam default will turn it back to the default ActionCam view. But yeah, it's just part of the UI. I haven't done BFD, no. No, on the Hunter, I just leveled 25, did the PvP event. That was about it. I haven't done the BFD. I really didn't have a huge desire. I mean, I want to do BFD, but I wasn't in a guild. So I didn't really... I mean, I could have just joined a pug, I guess, but I was more interested in... Because, I mean, I'm not really too concerned about BFD, to be honest, because it's like, okay, you're getting gear for PvP mostly, really, because that's all there is to do at this level. It's like, what are the reasons you need the gear for? It's not like you need that to level. Like, when they open up the next phase, do you have to have the best gear to level? No, you don't. So, leveling's easy, right? So, it was Ripoff that was asking me that. Yeah, so no, Ripoff, I haven't done it. Now, when if I get my priest to 25, I'll do BFD just because I want to see how good the priest is at healing in PvE. And then when I get the Paladin here to 25, I'll probably be doing it just because I want to tank it and see how good the Paladin tanks are, which I'm going to guess that they're probably pretty damn good. But yeah, on the Hunter, I mean, I would like to do it, but to be honest, without being in a guild and with there being so many hunters in SOD, it'd probably be kind of difficult. I don't know. I mean, maybe it wouldn't be difficult to get a group. I don't know. So you said Shame Paladin tanking. There ain't no way I'm tanking in 2-hand. He says Shame Paladin tanking is all 2-hand tanking right now. There is no effing way I'm going to tank anything without a shield. Sorry, I
think a lot of things right now are... It isn't... Like, it's a combination of... The armor isn't that much different. Like, and how much armor does your shield give you?
Well, I mean, this shield's just a crappy shield, so it's not a good example. I mean, it's 32, but in general...
Well, I get that.
I mean, in general, your shield's going to give you probably, 20% of your armor, like, later down the road. I mean, you'll have a shield that'll be like 2,000 armor, and your character might have, like, I don't know, 6,000 armor or 8,000 armor, Yeah, but your block chance... Well, but with the rune... But with the rune, you have it, right? Oops, sorry. Like here, with the Aegis rune, increases your block value by 20% and damaging melee range attacks against you have a 10% chance to increase your chance to block by 30%. So, now, does that block require a shield or not? I would hope it does. If it doesn't require a shield, but I mean, if that block requires a shield, then yeah, unless people are two-hand tanking without this rune, which, let's see, why would you do that? If you're two-hand tanking without the rune, then you could
warriors.
be using you could use any of these, really. You could use Divine Storm for the health that it's going to give you, right? And you could use the Horn for the party, the raid buff, but there's going to be plenty of rep paladins that can bring that. Yeah, if they want me to two-hand tank, I won't do it. If I try to do BFD on this paladin and someone says that they won't let me do it because I'm not two-hand tanking, I won't do it. I'll be like, I'll see you later.
Yeah, I doubt that that's going to be a thing because I know that I've seen warriors do two-hand tanking in a dungeon, but every time I'd see a raid stream like BFD, it is very much something that's done with a sword and board.
Yeah, well, he's saying that the build... See, this is what I hate. I don't like min-maxing to this level. I mean, I understand it works and it's cool, but I think that I like to play the character the way, really, it should be played. Like, I mean, like, in my mind, because I'm thinking if I'm thinking I'm a character who's a frontline defender, who's protecting the party, he's probably going to have a shield, right? So in my mind, running up there with a two-hand mace doesn't make any sense. It may work better in World of Warcraft, but for my fantasy mind, the way my mind works, I'm not going to do that. And if they, I'm not going to do it because that's not the way I want to play the character. I love shields. I think shields in a lot of other MMOs are implemented a lot better than they are in World of Warcraft. Like when I was playing Elion, I mean, it's unbelievable how many shield abilities there are in Elion. And if you're playing like, even like Arcage had a lot more shield abilities. I think WoW really underutilizes the shield to some degree. Not to some degree, to a great degree. Oh, I did do the macro study. I posted it. I think I'm probably still in it. Here, this is the macro. Console ActionCam full, and then on the next line /console ActionCam noHeadMove, and then on the third line in the macro /console ActionCam focusOff. That's the macro. And if you want, I can go into the stream description and put it in there. Let's see. Action camera macro. There. Go to the stream description. It's in there. The problem is, even with stacking all the threat you can get with one hand, you don't generate enough threat on the paladin to keep aggro versus the hunters. Okay, yeah. And that's fine. Then I won't do BFD. Then I won't tank it. I straight up won't tank it. If they require me, if I can't tank a dungeon as a paladin with a shield because I can't get enough threat, then Blizzard fucked up, in my mind. Blizzard straight up fucked up.
Yeah, I doubt that they're not being able to pull enough threat.
If I can't pull enough threat to successfully tank a dungeon as a protection paladin, you know what I mean, with a shield, then Blizzard's fucked up. That's the way I look at it.
Because every time I've gone into the one time I did it on an SFK, he held aggro easily.
Mm-hmm.
I've the
no
finest wares in the land. Keep
I'm not
your
quite
feet
certain
on the
what
ground.
he's seeing for not being able to grab threat. I'm a little curious about this setup.
Well, have you seen a paladin tank BFD with the shield? I know you've watched some BFD. I'll look into
watched it, but I haven't. It's always been DPS perspective, so I haven't been paying attention to their either their threat or their tank.
I mean, I'm sure what Ripoff is saying is probably true. It's just disappointing to hear, to be honest.
The only thing I can think is that they're not using their tank rune because it gives them an additional % threat.
Yeah, I am not a fan of tanking without a shield. I'm hugely not a fan of that. If I'm in a dungeon, and I know like in retail WoW, there's, warriors that tank without a shield and they do better threat generation, but they're taking more damage too, But I think because it's so easy to heal in retail, to a certain degree, I haven't done the mythic rating, but yeah. He's just saying for single target. Well, paladins have always had problems. I mean, paladins in vanilla, right? Paladins in vanilla have always had a hard time holding threat on a single target in vanilla because they just don't do enough burst damage to hold threat, and they've always had that problem. And any kind of super high DPS class would pull threat off, like a rogue or some mage or something like that. So that's always been a problem in vanilla, but you didn't see paladins running around with a two-hand weapon trying to tank. you know, because of that problem. So I just feel like this is a problem. I mean, it's a problem that Blizzard doesn't understand it. That's one thing, but it's also a problem of the community trying to min-max to the level where they probably don't need to. I mean, is it really that difficult of a raid that you need to min-max to the level that your Paladin's got a two-hand wheel because he's, you know, to me, it's like, well, why the fuck don't the DPS back off their damage a little bit? You know what I mean? And understand how the mechanics work. Or is it like, well, we have to, it's a DPS race and we have to do DPS or if we're going to fail, well, then that's a Blizzard problem. But I see it as a problem with, you know, if that is the way it works, you know, it's a problem with Blizzard.
There's also the choice of the 5 other tanks available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that because to me, I'm a fan of class fantasy, you know, and I think of a tank as with a shield. I mean, they're a protector, they're a frontline defender, and if you look at real world knights from, you know, the Middle Ages, they use shields because it protects them. You know, that's the point. If you look at all those movies with Vikings, right? Shield wall. Anybody remember shield wall? You know, shield wall. You know, interlocking shields. You know. Well, no, I understand the reality, and I completely get that. It's way easier because the DPS never want to back off because they're all E-peeners and want to look at the damage meters. It's easy to fix, you know, rip off. It's super easy to fix. You know how you fix it? You basically, once the Paladin puts on a two-hand weapon, he dies. You know what I mean? Blizzard just tunes it so that if they don't have a shield, they take a lot more damage. Problem solved. And then those DPS are going to learn real quick to pull back, because you know what? If they don't, then they're going to die. Right? Problem solved. Put in a debuff on a tank. He's not using his shield, he takes 20% more damage. On top of the extra damage he's taking already, because he has less armor. Problem solved. And I think that would be a hilarious solution. Because it would be a slap in the DPS face. It'd be a slap in all their faces, because then they would have to pull back. Otherwise, they're going to all start dying. I think that would be fucking hilarious. I would love it if Blizzard did that. I would absolutely love it. Ooh, look. I got my stuff. I got my gold. I got my bags. Finally. Nice.
There you go.
I got 2 gold. I got some bags. 5 points. Those bags cost me some money. They probably wouldn't. Yeah. Ripoff was saying if they did that, like what I said.
I disagree with that because elemental shamans and most of the caster DPS specs are really poor DPS, but they're still taking it.
I'm sorry, what? You say what? Say that again?
Most of the caster DPS options and like elemental shaman, they're still taken, not as often or as easily, but they still go to the raid. They still show up and have logs for them. So it's not that they're optimal. It's just going to be a little harder to get into them as well.
Yeah. He's saying, though, that if Blizzard did that, what I suggested, you know, did a debuff, if a tank doesn't use a shield, that they take more damage, such that they basically had to use a shield, and that the DPS would have to learn to, like, maybe not over DPS to pull threat. That he said that they just wouldn't bring a Paladin. But again, the solution to that, I mean, I agree that probably would happen. But if you think about World of Warcraft, the way WoW worked in vanilla, people actually did pull back, right? I mean, haven't you seen the video More Dots where he's like DPS very, very slow? You know what I mean? I mean, that was the thing where you actually had to DPS slowly in the beginning of a fight to let the tank get threat. That was actually a thing in vanilla. You know, the problem is as the game changed and went through different versions, it just became this huge DPS race, and Blizzard made it so that it was so easy for the tanks to hold threat. They gave them better threat generation, which in my mind is wrong, right? In my mind, it's wrong. Because even in Dungeons, because I always go back to Dungeons & Dragons, it all comes from Dungeons & Dragons, right? Even in Dungeons & Dragons, there's threat, right? Like if I'm in D&D and I'm attacking like a really powerful ogre or something, if the ogre gets hit by a big mage spell that does a ton of damage, he's very likely to not hit the tank. Because he knows he just got nailed by this magical spell that did a ton of damage. He's very likely to change and go charge the mage. So this is right in Dungeons and Dragons, and it makes sense. I mean, if you think logically, it makes sense. I'm going to attack the person who's hurting me the most, right? So anyways, that's just the way I look at it. You know, I look at it that way, and I like it that way. I would like the DPS to have to pull back because it's another mechanic that's underutilized. You know, it's underutilized. I don't like it when people just go in there and put their foot on the gas, you know, 120%. It's boring. It's easy. It's easy mode is bullshit. You know, I think it's bullshit. So. Yeah, with study, when the game warns you, just click accept, right? Yeah, you just accept it. It's no big deal. Like, yeah, like if I go into my macros here, and let's do this. If I come in, when I log into the game and I click it, it says, it warns me once, but once I click OK, it shit doesn't warn me again, so, right? So you should just accept it and be fine. Unless there's another option that I forgot. There might be, where is it? Accessibility. Okay, so here, hey Suddy, make sure you go into your general accessibility section here. Make sure that you have allow dynamic camera movement. You have to have this allow dynamic camera movement or it won't work. And that's probably what you're missing. Yeah, but that was kind of, hey, but Ripoff, you kind of hit up on, if you didn't figure out already, you kind of hit upon a pain point for me. I don't really care for, I don't care for two-hand tanking whatsoever. I think it's blasphemy. I think it's like an insult for the class. And I hate it when I hear people say, I've actually heard people say, I don't like using a shield. And when I hear people say that, I'm like, why the fuck are you playing a Paladin then? You know, why are you playing a Paladin then? I mean, to me, that's the class fantasy. It's sword and shield, you know? Why are you playing a warrior? When I think of warriors and paladins, I don't think of classes without a shield or a sword. I mean, without a shield, you know, I just, yeah. In my mind, I'm picturing somebody with a sword and a shield. When I think of like a paladin, that's what I think of, you know? Yeah, but I don't like it at all because the DK tanks without a shield, but that's the DK. That's a completely different type of mechanic. That's like his class fantasy. He gets health from like sucking the life out of other people, which plays into his class fantasy. So by two-hand tanking, you're going against what I consider the class fantasy. You know, you're going against what I consider makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't think Study's watching the stream because Study, I already told you what you need to do. He's like, after I accept it, yeah, I already told you what you need to do. I literally just said it. Yeah, but whatever, you know, Blizzard's gonna do what they're gonna do. You know, I can't control what they do. I wish I could, because the game would be a hell of a lot better for me anyway. But you know what? You know what, Blue? There's always these things I think of that would improve the game, and I always said, and I used to like write them down, but I don't know where I save all that shit. But there's certain things I've thought of that would make WoW better that I know I've forgotten about that are just like really good that most people would like really good improvements, and a lot of them I've completely forgotten about, you know, which is unfortunate because they were really good changes, you know. Oh, you know what? I got 2 gold. I probably should have went to the. Actually, let me go back to. Damn it! Let me go back to Stormwind. Let me buy like a green one-hand sword or something. I need to learn swords anyway too. I need to learn how to use a sword. Yeah, but I dislike the min-max when they gets to that level, Blue, and they're like, well, I'm gonna run in with this and do this skill, and then I'm gonna feign death and equip this, and then I'm gonna, you know, use a item rack to swap out, trinkets. I'm gonna use this trinket, and then I'm gonna hit this button to switch to a different gear set so I can use this trinket, and then when that CD's down, and I'll switch back and use that trinket. I don't really enjoy that as much, you know. I think I'd rather be focusing on my abilities than swapping gear in and out. That to me seems a little bit janky, almost like a little bit kludgy.
Hmm.
And again, I think it's an example of a poorly designed game in my mind, because it really doesn't. It's not really like realistic. You know, I'm in the middle. You know, an orc swinging an axe in my head, and somehow I'm gonna reach down in my pocket and put on a different pendant. You know what I mean? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So I just think that's poor game design. I think the game should be designed not to allow that type of stuff. If you want to make the combat more interesting, give characters abilities that are more, there's more synergy between their abilities. You know what I mean? Require them to chain certain abilities together. Require them to maybe have reactive abilities. Require them to use a timed block ability. Like, you know, enemy has some sort of a 1 second swing timer on an ability, and you have to block it. If you don't, you take a massive amount of damage. You know, that type of stuff. Make more engaging combat instead of stupid shit like swapping out gear in the middle of combat, which makes no sense.
I think a lot of times you can't really swap out. You have to be out of combat to do that.
Well, yeah, but it's really the hunters and the rogues that do it. You know, because the hunter of Feigned Death is such a short cooldown, so they can literally be swapping trinkets all the time. It's like boom, 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 Feigned Death, trinket swap, boom, 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 pop your trinket. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just hard to prevent that if Feigned Death actually gets you out of combat.
Yeah, it is hard to prevent. That's very hard to prevent, because it's, how are you going to know if they're actually in a fight, you know?
Yeah, I do know that they've sort of done away with that, like on raid fights, like the encounter has to be over and you've feigned death. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so like you can't,
yeah, because in a raid fight,
you can't like Feigned Death
Feigned Death doesn't take you out of combat, probably. That's what it is.
Unless you're like the last person, and then you can quote unquote reset it, and then you'll get out of combat, but you fully reset the fight. So
yeah, that just makes once the encounter starts.
A lot better.
Once the encounter starts, you're in combat. So
Greetings.
Yeah.
But out in the open world, it's a little bit
For the Alliance.
challenging to do that kind of a thing.
Yep. I have seen a lot of public people, like just people requesting, you know, like looking for people for the BFD raids. So I don't think getting into pug groups would be that difficult. Oh, there it is. Look at these. 6 silver. That's what I'm talking about. Green sword, 6 silver.
Nice.
You know, once you get up a little bit, everything's gonna be so expensive, though.
Yeah. It was a gold and a half. Almost, I think it was like a gold 50 silver, gold 40 silver for the weapon I have.
Was it? Oh man. I saw a really cool drop. It looks like it came from BFD. It was I think it was a dagger, but it increased like healing and damage by like 15, and I mean, it was a really nice one-hand, because there aren't a lot of one-hand plus spell power weapons in vanilla, especially like pre, 60. So that was pretty cool to see. Oh, I'm min-maxing this price here. I'm gonna get this one because it saves me 4 copper. Let's see if we can get a shield that looks decent. I want another shield like... See, this is what the ugly shield that I was talking about. The ugly big shield. But that one I picked up in Northshire Valley was actually kind of nice looking. Oh, here we go. Let's see what the... Here, oh, we found one. Infantry shield of blocking. Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is like epic. This is like best in slot. Best in slot level 6 item. 1% block. Infantry shield of blocking. Whoa. Best in slot. This is like raid level gear. I'm gonna save this shield though. This is one I got in Northshire Valley. I like the look of it so much, I'm literally gonna put it in my bank.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Alright.
Safe travels.
Alright, we've got skinning, we've got mining, we've got a green weapon, a green shield. We're ready to rock and roll. But, you know, we don't have enough scrolls. Let's go hit the scroll vendor. Why do I have militia hammer? We don't need this. Let's get rid of that.
What can I do for you?
Give me everything.
Be careful.
That's one of the cool things. There are some things in vanilla that are really cool. I mean, there's a lot of things in vanilla that are really cool, but one of the coolest things in vanilla is you can stack scrolls. You know what I mean? So you can like have, you know, like in later versions of WoW, you can only use one scroll at a time. Like I think in like retail, you can only put up one scroll at once. Yeah. So you can only have like a scroll of strength. You can have a scroll of strength and a scroll of agility, a scroll of intellect, scroll of spirit. But in vanilla, you can. I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, dude. It's late.
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not more tired. I'm a little confused. I guess I'm just excited that I have my meta form.
Well, I know why I'm not tired, because I slept from like 7 to 10. In fact, I'm a little concerned that if I do go to bed, I might not be able to sleep. I might have to take a Tylenol PM. That helps knock me out usually. So there's another, so the other rune I'm gonna get is, let's see, I had to be level 8, so I'm only level 6. Okay, so we just need to get to, so I'd like to get to level 8 and see if I can get that rune, then maybe I'll go to bed then.
That one that's at 8 is at the end of Jasper Lode Mine, a new area of like the spider area that used to have the rare in there. They've modified that a little bit. I think it's a little bit longer now.
Let's see, you must turn on undead enemies. Okay, I don't care about that. I don't care about Rebuke. Avenger Shield, we're not going to be able to get that for a while, right? That's the elite. You might be able to help me to kill the elite, though.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah, but I would just get killed walking. I mean, I would aggro the whole place walking over there at my level. So maybe when I'm like level, I don't know, like level 12, maybe? What do you think?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, maybe when I'm like level 12, I'll try to go over and get Avenger Shield. Let me see where he's located at. It says he's located at 34-7.
And I was partially wrong. It's not the big guy. It's just one of the mini dudes. So it's probably just something you can grab off of the corner.
Which guy? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It says most reliable location seems to be the cave. Yeah, I would not be able to do that without somebody really covering my butt. If I was like level 12, I'm gonna aggro everything in there. Why is there a fire over here? Oh, that's that mage thing. She's got the buff, yeah, I could tell she's moving so fast.
Sorry, my girlfriend called me to complain that I was still awake.
Why is she complaining?
We now live in a very large, but she's upstairs in the bedroom asleep. She's like, hey, wait a minute, are you still alive? I'm like, yeah, I'm still alive, don't worry. I'm just awake.
Oh, I was saying, what were you talking about? Some guy? What guy to kill? What quest is that? I mean, I kind of
I thought it was the big single guy, but it's just one of the many ones that are around, so it could probably aggro him from the side.
Oh, for the Avenger Shield?
Yeah.
But it says you have to kill Drozem the Blasphemous. A 23 rare elite spawn orc.
I was thinking another one?
Yeah, you must be thinking of something else.
Yeah, I was thinking of another one.
Hey there. See you later. Good day to you. See you around.
Yeah, so the one I was talking about was the Aegis. I have to be level 8. Wounded Adventurer 6247. 62. I guess he's in the cave? 6247? Yeah.
Yeah. Jasper
He's in
Load
the
Mine.
cave.
The
Yeah,
one you have to do the
that's what you were
purify
saying.
for?
Yeah, he's in the cave. Okay.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
walk all the way back in there.
Okay. Gotta level up my sword skill now. I don't have first aid yet. So unfortunately, the mana that I get from Crusader Strike isn't enough. Like, what is it? 2%? It's it doesn't feel very like enough. I mean, I guess if I get a lot more, more intellect, it'll feel better because obviously 2% of more mana is more mana.
Yeah.
But
yeah, a lot of the ones that I've been looking at that are like percentage based at this level is just kind of like
you
it
get
does so
invited to
little for you. Like
groups.
What?
No, like people keep inviting me to a group in the game. I don't know why. And Sleddy, you keep saying something's blocking the camera macro. Did you see the part where I told you have to go into the interface, go into options, go to accessibility, go to general, and make sure you check allow dynamic camera movement? Because if you don't do that, it's not going to work. I don't think he's paying attention. Yeah, I get invited to groups all the time, and I don't even know who these people are. Forgot that I actually.
Like there's a 10% additional, or 10% additional health drain by drain life, and it's like at my level that'd give me 2.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Not all that interesting.
So yeah, but at higher level.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking 2% mana gain doesn't at this level doesn't feel very good, but it should be a little better when I have more mana. But do I need
Yeah.
I don't need to kill him. I don't want to pull this guy from those guys. Oh, that's okay. Suddy, sorry about that. Yeah. What did I pick up? Scroll of Spirit. Oh, you know what? Let us. I have a low level scroll spirit, unfortunately. It's working. Yeah, there you go. And if you target yourself, the camera will go back to normal. So like you see how the camera's offset, but if I target myself, it'll look like normal camera. So if you ever want it to kind of look like the normal camera, just target yourself. You can also turn it off by doing /ActionCam.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Default, I think.
You were screwed.
I'm gonna get my butt whipped here. Come on here.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. Lovely.
There we go.
You were screwed. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Ooh, big crit Crusader Strike there. Nice. Yeah, and they're hyper spawns in here. You know, take candle. Oh my goodness, I got multiple mobs on me again. I knew he was gonna ask me that question. There's the command. There's the macro right there. Yeah, so just as like for me right now, Blue, like I've got 287 armor on my character. My character has 287 armor. 207 of that armor comes from my shield. Because I have a green shield. Now that's skewed because I'm low level and I have a green shield, and my other armor's my other armor's crappy. So it's normally not going to be like that. But in general, your shield accounts for a lot of your armor, like a good 20% probably, if it's a good shield. You know.
Weird tanking on a warlock, man.
That's gotta feel really weird. Yeah, that's gotta feel strange.
It's not even like a DK or a demon hunter. It's like I'm doing spells, man.
Dude, spells.
I can do stuff from range. It's weird.
Yeah, for sure. I'm mining ore, man. I'm mining ore. Ooh, 4 hits on this node.
Not really any aggro issues so far. We haven't gone up against anything that's like.
Well, you're not using a two-handed weapon.
Well, actually, I am. I'm wearing a staff right now, but you can't see it on my character page.
It was just a joke.
I'm technically using claws, but
yeah, exactly. Oh, I gotta order groceries tomorrow. What am I gonna eat for lunch tomorrow? I gotta get something healthy. Unfortunately, Publix, they had this really good ham that I like. It's, you know, from the deli, like the sliced ham. And it was on sale. Like, it was a huge sale, like last week, and I bought like half a pound, but my wife actually really liked it too, so we went through that half pound pretty quick, but it's not on sale anymore.
it was good that you found something good, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice when...
Yeah, I have certain, like, ham that I... And, of course, they're, you know, to be honest, like, sliced deli meat is not, you know, it's not the healthiest food, but... Because I think they put preservatives in those things of meat, you know what I mean? So my wife doesn't really like to eat that stuff, but it does taste good. I can't help the fact that it tastes really good. Some of the certain like I have certain like the I get the London broil roast beef, super good. Like maybe half a pound of that's gonna cost you about $8. That's not cheap.
This feels like the exact opposite of my druid. It's like,
Really?
well, besides the fact that it took forever to get tanking, but instead of like redoing the whole tanking scheme and like not having access to anything, it's like, oh hey, you have access to everything.
Yeah. Yeah, the druid doesn't have hardly anything.
Yeah.
But here's like a perfect example of how I would improve the paladin, is I would give a paladin a shield slam at level 2. Like if you have a shield at level 2, you can learn, you can go to your trainer and you learn shield slam. So and the shield slam can do a little bit of damage. It can also serve as an interrupt. And I just think that would be something I give paladins at level 2. That would just, and even just hitting people in the face with your shield just feels good. It just feels good.
Yeah.
And it feels impactful.
I'd worry a little bit about including an interrupt unless it was a long cooldown. I'd prefer that to be
For
separated.
well, I mean, really, the only thing that what's going to hurt is PvP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's easy to solve because you could just make it like a talent and say, you can make the interrupt not interrupt spells in PvP unless you talent into it, something like that.
I go for that.
You know how like Avenger's Shield, there's like a talent point you can put in Avenger's Shield in retail that'll cause it to silence. So you could basically make the shield slam not be an interrupt, and then just make it a talentable interrupt. You don't have to put talent points in it to also silence the opponent, just like Avenger's Shield does. But yeah, just again, class fantasy. People don't understand. A lot of people don't get the fact that it's really important to have class fantasy, to have class identity. To have a character that feels like it fits into a specific, mold, I think, and that it performs a specific role for the party. People want you in your group because you can do something no one else can, and you do it well, Like when you look at Paladin tanks versus Warrior tanks, the number one thing you think of is, well, Paladin tanks can AoE tank and Warriors can't. And that's good. That's a specific role. Well, now if I'm going in, or another great example in vanilla is Paladins are way better at tanking undead instances because they have better damage against undead because they can cleanse diseases and stuff, and Warriors cannot. And because they have Holy Wrath, which is an AoE, damaging ability that generates threat. And because they can sense undead and literally track the location of undead. There's a lot of reasons why Paladins are better tanks against undead. And that's a good thing. But what they did in later versions of WoW is they homogenized the classes. They started giving
kiss your ass goodbye.
They started giving every class the similar abilities to every other class. Like every class has a heal, every class has an interrupt, every class, you know what I mean? And that ruins class identity.
I think Warriors still, for the most part, don't have a heal unless you're talking about Victory Rush.
They have Victory Rush, and they have Second Wind.
Oh, but I don't ever play arms. I've never ever encountered Second Wind, but yes, they do have that.
I don't play arms either.
Well, that's the only way they had Second Wind.
Yeah, no, I know. I never played it either, so I never had Second Wind either. I only had Victory Rush, just like you. I don't like two-hand weapons in general. I just find the combat
You can kiss your ass
too
goodbye.
slow,
I'm not stressing the healer out at all right now.
You can kiss your
I've been
ass
at full
goodbye.
HP the whole time.
Full mana. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing a
that's what
dungeon?
I'm
You
doing.
were screwed.
I'm doing Dead Mines. I was doing like the beginning quest, and I got a group for the escort, and they're like,
You can kiss
"Hey,
your
we
ass
have a full
goodbye.
group with a tank and a healer. Do you guys just want to go do it?"
You were
Like, yeah, sure.
screwed.
Yeah. Oh, I might die here. Let's see.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Hacker spawns.
You were screwed. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
He disarmed me. What am I gonna do now?
That's one thing that's nice about druid tanks is, yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's like, you know. It is so much better having Crusader Strike. I mean, it makes Paladin feel like so much better.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
And it just makes you wonder, because Crusader Strike existed in the vanilla client. It's actually in the code. So they were playing around with Crusader Strike in vanilla, and for whatever reason, we have no idea to this day why, they never added it. And I know that because the developers of Turtle WoW said that. You know, when they reverse engineered all the code, they're like, well, Crusader Strike's already here. You know? They were able to put it in the game just by turning some stuff on. It's like already in the client. So they just, for whatever reason...
I'm curious if there was a lot of stuff that was left that just never got turned on. Yeah. Wasn't it turned on in PBC?
Yeah, you have Crusader Strike in TBC, yeah. Maybe they were thinking, well,
so it makes me wonder.
Maybe they were thinking ahead, like, oh, we'll just release this for TBC, maybe.
No, I was thinking they ran out of time.
Yeah, well, that was the thought process, is they ran out of time. But when you look at the Paladin, I think it's the most incomplete class in vanilla. If you think about it, you know, as a tank, you don't have taunt, which makes no sense. As a DPS, you level all the way to. I mean, it's pretty funny when you think about it. If you're like a level 40 Paladin. What abilities do you have that are like melee abilities? So if you think about it, you only have one. You have Judgment. That's it. You have nothing else, which is unheard of. I mean, think about a rogue, or think about a warrior, or think about any other class. There's numerous abilities you have. So the Paladin really is based more on reactive abilities, like shield block, you know, or retribution aura, you know, does damage, you know. So it's just very unusual.
Yeah, I think between Paladin and Druid, there was a lot left to be desired.
Yeah.
Oh, now I figured out why I absolutely don't have threat issues. Everyone else is doing less DPS than
me. There you go.
I'm 22, and the rest of them are all under level 20, so...
Yeah, that's going to help, too. Are there any bunnies around here? I know that's a weird thing to say. But there's a reason. I can skin bunnies. Level up my skinning. I mean, skinning this bunny was orange, so... Sorry, Mr. Rabbit, but I gotta level my skinning.
What can I do for you? See you around. See you later.
Greetings. For the Alliance, go with honor, friend. Need help? Light bless you. For the Alliance, light bless you.
Oops.
Light be with you. Be careful.
We've got the Explore the Jasper Lode Mine quest.
Hey there. See you around. Safe travels.
Hello. See you later.
I supply only the finest
Good day
goods.
to you. See you later.
Good day to you. Safe travels.
Yep, it's now 2:30 in the morning. 2:25. Cat's asleep. He was bugging me for food earlier and he gave up. He's like, I'm giving up. This guy's not paying attention to me. He just went back to sleep. So remember, I don't know if I told you we were having problems with fleas because I live in an apartment complex. There's tons of people have dogs, and I think they do spray the grounds around here, but still, there's just so many fleas. And every time I take the dog out and bring him back in there, my wife would be like inspecting him and finding fleas on him. And I put that stuff that you rub across their spine, which kind of seeps into their skin, and that supposedly if the fleas bite them, it'll kill them. Or it makes, actually that one doesn't kill them. It prevents them from breeding. And that just wasn't doing enough. And all the cats who had never had fleas before now have fleas because the dogs are bringing it from outside. So I found a collar that I got, and this collar has been amazing. I did some review, watched some reviews on YouTube, and the one guy who really sold me, he's got dogs and he lives out in the woods, and his dogs are out in the woods all day long. I'm like, hey, if his dogs run around the woods all day long, and his flea collar works on his dogs, it works. You know what I mean? And so I bought it, and it was $50. It's not cheap, but it lasts like 6 months. So this dog, every time I'd go out and bring him back in, my wife would inspect him and she'd find fleas. Put this flea collar on. The next 2 days, she couldn't find a single flea on that dog. Couldn't find a single flea. And I was like, holy crap, this thing works, So that was pretty exciting because I do not like fleas. And I can get them for the cats too, but I'm like, if I bought 3 flea collars for each cat, you're talking that's $240 I would have spent on 4 flea collars.
Yep.
So I just bought the one for the dog because he's the one bringing him in. And the cats, the fleas don't seem to bother the cats.
Greetings.
They don't really...
Go with honor, friend.
I don't see them scratching much. And my wife has a little flea comb, and she just brushes them. And they love the brushing anyway. And my wife is she's got this... I don't know. She's got this... I don't want to call it a disorder, but things like doing that, like brushing the cats, is very relaxing for her. So it's like something she enjoys doing. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just the way she is. Like, when I met her, she liked to clean, and I could never understand why anybody would like to clean. You know what I mean? Other than you want it to be clean, but the process of cleaning isn't fun. But she actually seemed to almost enjoy it, and then I realized that that's because it's calming to her. She has this thing where she's kind of, she's not manic, but if she's not doing something, she definitely, her brain just never stops. So when she's doing things, she's just a lot more calm. So, what am I doing? Let's run over here. I'm still a little bit a ways from 8. Yeah, so she basically every day when she gets home from work, she sits each cat down one by one and has this little comb, and she just brushes it through their hair, and if there's a flea in them, it comes out in the comb, and then she just kills the flea. And so, and she actually finds that very relaxing. I think it's gross because I hate fleas. I'm like, yeah, I hate fleas.
Yeah, we used to live in an area that we'd have a really bad tick problem, but we moved away from that area, so it's gotten better.
Well, apparently these grounds here, for whatever reason, I guess fleas are attracted to lots of animals. So anywhere where there's a lot of animals that walk constantly, it attracts the fleas. And even if they spray for them, I guess it doesn't. I don't know. I mean, I know they spray for them because I see them spray the grounds. So.
Well met. Safe travels.
But obviously it's not doing the job.
Yeah, I find it's a weirdly almost like the idea of a vaccine. If everyone were to get their dogs flea medicine, then they'd go away. But because some people hold out.
Well, do they have a flea vaccine for dogs?
No, not an actual vaccine. It was just like if everyone like did that flea medicine when they noticed there was a problem.
Yeah,
it would go away. But it seems like some people just don't seem to care, or there's just natural, like natural animals that nobody owns that keep creating the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, the pet industry just, man, it's such a racket. Like the amount of stuff the money they charge is ridiculous. I mean, $50 for a flea collar is just ridiculous.
Yeah, one of our dogs seemed to be allergic to something at the old neighborhood we were at, and we'd had to spend like $200 to get him a shot that didn't even really help him. It just made him sort of ignore the itchiness.
Yeah, exactly. I read up on a lot of the flea stuff where they were like certain ones. There was one specific flea collar I read about, and all it did was it like had like a smell or something. Basically, the fleas didn't like it, but it didn't actually. So they basically, what would happen is like if you put it on your dog, they would just all leave your dog and go somewhere else, and then once the smell wore off, they would just come right back. And I guess it didn't last very long, so it really was like kind of pointless.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're like me and you've got cats. So what would happen is if I used that collar, they would just, all the fleas would jump off my dog and jump on the cats, and then when the collar's strength wore off, they just jump back on the dog. So it's pointless, you know. Like the collar I got them, it actually kills them. They don't. First of all, they don't like it, but then it like seeps into his skin, I guess. And so if they bite him, it kills them. It actually kills the flea.
Yeah, we got some new stuff that's an oral thing that seems to be...
Yeah, the oral stuff works great.
Either working or we moved away. They don't come back, so we just keep giving it to them.
Yeah. Yeah, the oral tablet works pretty well, but it's expensive. And the problem is, like, usually the oral ones, you have to go to the vet to get them. Usually, not always. There's some you can buy, but... But this collar, it says it works up to 8 months, but the guy on the video I watched who's got the dogs who live outdoors pretty much all the time, he said it usually works on his dogs for about 6 months. So, like, but also water and like environment can weaken the effect of it quicker, you know, like if it gets rained on and stuff.
Yeah.
So since his dogs are in all the time, it's probably getting rained on the collar, which kind of makes it...
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Makes it less effective. So on ours dog, since he's
You
not
were
really out,
screwed.
he's an indoor dog. It might actually last the full 8 months. We'll see. I'm just running around killing stuff. I think I picked up some quests, but I haven't really completed them. Okay, let me run this way. I'm just enjoying having Crusader Strike. It's funny. I've played WoW so much that I kind of go on autopilot. You know, it's like I know where the quests are, but a lot of times I kill stuff, but it feels like I'm just killing to kill, but actually there's a reason for it. It's like, oh, well, I'm skinning these guys. Or, oh, I know these guys drop meat that I'm going to use for a quest down the road. Even like, but it's like subconscious. I'm not even thinking about it. But then when I sit and say, why am I killing these mobs? And it all just comes out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I need this meat and I need these skins. And, you know, it's like my brain just goes on autopilot. It's like, oh, yeah, I need this. I just got another person invited me to a group. What? I keep getting invited to groups.
It's a little bit different from your hunter?
What do you mean?
Just like getting invited in groups?
Yeah, I don't. On my hunter, I never got invited to groups. It's really weird. I never did. Did you get invited to groups a lot when you were leveling? I don't know.
I tried to make groups for certain situations, like in the spot you're at now.
Yeah, when it was crowded. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm kind of curious if it's just like a holdover.
Yeah. Yeah. I know like when it was super crowded, I had to make groups. I couldn't get anything done without a group.
Yep.
Yeah. But you know, yeah, my Sorry, my night elf. I know I was gonna yawn. Well, it's in night elf zone, so it was different. But it seems like in the human zone, maybe just people are more cooperative in the human zone for some reason. Plus, the human zone is more congested in general, as you know.
Yeah.
It can be. I mean, this is like the slow time of the server, I would think. 2 in the morning. This is traditionally WoW has always been, if you're like playing on a United States server, 3 a.m. has always been like the slowest time.
It is a Friday night though, so people can stay up.
Oh yeah. I used to, like, when Wrath of the Lich King came out, I used to play WoW every day, like way more than I play now, believe it. And on my death night, I would, do quests and level during the day, but then the last couple hours before I went to bed, I would always spend like 2 hours flying around the Lich King area, just getting ore, like picking up all the Serenite. I would always, because I was always wait until 2 a.m. to do it, because that's when there was the least competition, because there were so many people, farming ore when it first came out. Like, it was ridiculous. It was so hard to get ore. So I would always do it at like between 2 and 3 a.m. because that was when it was the least crowded.
Yeah, at this point I'm pretty much capable of soloing it if I were to go much slower, but I'm actually doing like 50% of the group damage.
Really? You could solo Dead Mines?
Well, I mean, eventually I probably could. But
they say hunters can solo Wailing Caverns. I haven't tried it yet. I would think it'd be kind of hard because there's a lot of mobs, but I guess with the Beastmaster Union, your pet has so much health that he just tanks everything and you kill it.
Yeah, that's gonna. I was watching that earlier, I think.
Yeah, you said, was it? Someone told me yesterday that they were watching Stay Safe do it. Stay Safe just solo Wailing Caverns on his Sunday.
That wasn't me, but it came up on my feed today some point when I was watching some videos that run going on.
Check that here. Can you watch the stream? I want to show you something. Like in the stream, I'm in the cave, and there was always this one weird phenomenon in this particular spot of the cave when you move. Watch how the lighting changes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
See that? There aren't too many caves that really do this, I don't think. Wow. It's just kind of interesting how they, for some reason, I don't know how they managed to do that.
It's definitely something to do with lighting, but beyond that, I don't know.
It's just strange how it works. Normally it doesn't work that way, so it's kind of odd. I'm fading fast. I'm getting tired. I'm yawning. Ooh, we got a waylaid supplies. I saw that some class, I can't remember which class it was. Maybe it's a Paladin, I don't know. One class requires like honored reputation with that waylaid reputation to get one of their runes.
All of them do.
Oh, is it all of them? Okay. I didn't know
yeah,
it was all of them.
there's definitely a rune that comes from waylaid honored.
Is it all of them? Okay, then I haven't got that on my hunter, obviously. It wasn't one that I needed, I guess, because...
Yeah. It's not always needed on a lot of them, but some of them are good. So like the rogue one, I think, is the tank one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty important.
What was the Paladin one? Because there's one of the Paladin. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. I don't see it.
Beacon of Light.
Is that it? Beacon? Yeah, that was it. You're right.
Yeah.
It was Beacon of Light. Where is Beacon? I don't even see it. Here it is, Beacon. Yeah, it's purchasable for 4.5 gold. And that's not exactly cheap either.
But at Friendly, you can get a 10 slot bag for 45 silver. So.
Wow. Oh my god, look at all this skin. Free skin orama. It's all over the place. 46 skinny. $49 skinning. I'm gonna max my skinning so fast. Don't you wish that mining was this easy?
Yes. I mean, in some ways, you can kind of rely on other people mining for you because you can just buy the ore and when's it melt it? Smith it? I don't know.
Smelt it, yeah.
But yeah. Smelt it, that's the word.
But you can only get so high with smelting, so at some point in time you have to mine. Like you can't get past, you can't get like iron, you can't get smelt iron or smelt gold or anything without actually going out and mining. Because I tried it. I tried to just buy the ore and smelt it to get me high enough, and you can't do it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed. I wanted to get to 8 and get this done, but it's already 2:40, and if I go to bed too late, my wife will be mad that I'm waking her up. She's already gonna be mad that I'm waking her up. Honestly,
I supply only the finest goods.
But she went to bed at 7. So that means this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. She's already been sleeping for almost 8 hours, so I don't think she'd be too mad if I wake her up. Honestly, she might be awake. Sometimes when she goes to bed that early, I'll come into the bedroom and she'll just be sitting up in the bed watching TV. And I'm like, you're not even sleeping.
Yeah, I find that too.
She is one of those people that sleeps with the TV on, goes to bed to sleep with the TV, and I'm not one of those people. I used to go to bed to just dead silence because I like that. So I had to learn. I mean, I tried so hard. Like we would try to go to bed to dead silence because I couldn't sleep with the TV on. And then finally, I just gave up, and then we kind of argued on it. We kind of went back and forth. Finally, I said fine, but I said you have to put on something that I've seen 1,000 times, so my brain won't focus. The reason I can't sleep is my brain focuses on the words, and it wants to hear what's being said, especially if it's something I've never seen before. So we watched this Canadian comedy called Corner Gas that she likes, and we both like it actually. And so since I've seen every episode like so many times, it doesn't seem to bother me. I can just fall asleep because my brain doesn't focus on the words because I already know the words because I know it by heart. But if you were to put on like a movie of something I've never seen, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep because they'd be talking and my brain would have to like listen. What are they saying? What's the story about? I wouldn't be able to shut my brain off. That's also why I buy the Tylenol PM sometimes. Sometimes I really want to sleep, and I know that maybe I have a hard time going to sleep for whatever reason. I'll just pop one of those, and I usually go right to sleep. All right, I'm at 2.48 gold. Couple hours, so the Paladin is up to level 7, the Priest is level 9, and the Hunter's level 25.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go to bed. I will be playing the Paladin tomorrow and trying to, as long as my wife lets me play tomorrow, if she's, depending on what she's doing. Like I said, I hope she goes and hangs out with her mom. If that's the case, I'll be streaming for a long time. Everybody in the stream, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Blue, I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a good night.
See you, man. Have a good night.
See you later. Bye-bye.